shaking my head, and my neck's in nasty feel after that Buffalo game where they jumped. All I can tell you is Dolphins number one, baby!
Hands up, baby.
Dolphins number
Hands up.
one!
I swear, if a certain quarterback is mentioned in the comments, I got my beers ready. I'm going to crack it open.
Or is it a Serbian kid?
Serbian kid!
This looks done. Oh my god, it looks fantastic.
I hate you so much.
No, good beat, man! Gotta beat, man! Woo! I'm the man. I said it, and it's reality. All right, congratulations.
How we doing, everyone? It's another night for the No Holds Barred family. We got yours truly, your host, your gracious host, Mr. Alex Make That Money Brown. And, of course, always joined by, you got to make that money, bro. Alfred Hollywood Matthews.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's going on, everyone? So, before we start the show, I do want to give, even though it's tomorrow, a happy birthday to, unfortunately, y'all know Ryan can't come on the show anymore, so because of work schedule and all that. But Ryan, our other former tag team partner, will be turning 35 tomorrow, I believe. 34, 35?
That sounds about right.
So, a happy birthday to our
right.
former colleague, Ryan Rousset. Happy birthday,
yeah,
Rue.
Ryan.
We love you. We miss you, bro.
Birthday, Rue.
Yep. Next thing you gotta come on, but you gotta come back. Just do a special episode when you come back.
A little cameo appearance.
Exactly. All right, Alfred. So we had today is our Backlash preview episode. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna talk a little Backlash at the end. We're gonna break down the matches, but the first thing we're gonna do is talk about a little WWE Draft. Okay.
All right.
Did you watch both nights of the draft? I did.
Yeah. I watched both nights.
Do you like how it was done this year?
To be honest, I don't like the format how it's done in these previous years and everything. I wish it goes back to like how it normally was, where it's just like they just tell you who's going to be on Raw and who's going to be on SmackDown instead of announcing, hey, this wrestler is on Raw, he's going to stay on Raw. This wrestler is on SmackDown, he's going to stay on SmackDown. I wish it just went back to the old format better. But overall, as far as like the results and everything, for the most part,
pretty predictable.
They did a real good job. I like how they with the NXT wrestlers. I like how they added them onto the fold and everything, especially when we discuss it in a few minutes. But especially how they added the NXT people. And to be honest, my first thoughts is SmackDown's women's division is loaded.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you've seen who all got drafted on SmackDown and who's.
Well, I'm about to run through right now. I'm gonna run through the rosters of the current. So, just letting everybody know, the new rosters, which will become official this coming Monday after Backlash this weekend. So on Monday Night Raw,
it's actually going to be official March 8th.
May 8th.
You got the joke. I'm not sure if you got.
Oh yeah. He said March. He said March 8th. Yeah. He said that, and I was like,
"Wait a minute, we're going next year.
We're going
next year. The rosters in the field.
Damn, yeah." So on Monday Night Raw, you have Cody Rhodes, Becky Lynch, Imperium, which is Gunther, Ludwig Kaiser, and Giovanni Vinci, which I think was a freaking steal for Raw.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Matt Riddle, Drew McIntyre, The Miz, Shinsuke Nakamura, the NXT Women's Champion Indy Hartwell, Apollo Crews, also NXT, but former WWE, going back to NXT, back to WWE. Candice LeRae, Sonya Deville, Chelsea Green, Dexter Lumis, JD McDonough, NXT. Maxim Male Models, Mansoor and Maxine Dupree. Natalia, the Viking Raiders. Zoe Stark, NXT, who someone's on the last show said that she was probably, I think it was you that said she was going to get drafted.
Oh yeah. I kind of called that one. I knew that was gonna happen.
The
For
SmackDown
sure.
Women's Champion Rhea Ripley, Seth Rollins, who I'm very happy is staying on Monday night and not going to Friday night.
Oh yeah.
When I heard on Friday night that Becky Lynch was, are you talking about in my tweet today, Ryan Taylor? Yes, that is Bad Bunny. When I put in WWE Backlash, a picture of Bad Bunny came up, so I tweeted it.
Yeah.
Just letting everyone know. The undisputed tag team champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, Judgment Day. So when Rhea, we kind of had a feeling once Bianca got drafted to SmackDown that Judgment Day was staying on Raw. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, the women's tag team champions. So if you look at it, it's both sets of tag team champions are on Raw.
Oh, yeah.
So I was going to bring something up after I read the Raw roster. Okay. The New Day is back on Raw. Trish Stratus, which I don't know why she should be drafted. I mean, she's a legend, so who cares? Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. All right. The team of No Hair, Braun Strowman, Ricochet. Bronson Reed, Alpha Academy. The tag team of Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, NXT.
Kaden Carter is that's my new girlfriend. Bianca Belair is my wife, but Kaden Carter is my side chick. Kaden Carter is my crush for real.
We got Akira Tozawa, Dana Brooke, Emma, Indus Sher, which is Jinder Mahal, Veer, and Sangha. Johnny Gargano, Los Lotharios. God damn, this roster is loaded. Nikki Cross, Odyssey Jones, NXT. Piper Niven, Riddick Mox, Tegan Nox, and Xia Li.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting before I read off the SmackDown roster and the fact that oh wow, I'm echoing. The Raw roster right now is stacked, like absolutely stacked. So when it comes to those two tag team champions, is this the sign that they're going to split up the titles?
Yep. I absolutely think that. Probably not gonna, like I said, it's probably not gonna happen right away. Because like I said, the show goes in effect on the 8th, so it's next Monday. So it's not obviously not gonna do that right then and there, but definitely I can see the titles being split up. The question is how they're gonna do it.
Right.
I personally feel like they have to do something where not sure they're gonna make Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens lose, but it had to do something that obviously a tournament would be too obvious, but it had to be something that kind of to get the titles off of them. So I'm interested to see what creative think of to have the titles off. One of them would be the SmackDown titles.
Right.
Zayn and Kevin Owens is
so when Triple H said that the whatever title Roman gets drafted to, those titles will be exclusive to that brand, and the World Heavyweight Championship will be exclusive to the other one. So now it's to Raw. And basically what I think is going to happen is because the SmackDown roster that got drafted was not very big, but I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will make appearances on SmackDown because I don't know if after this weekend the whole bloodline story with them is done. So I think they will still be making appearances on SmackDown. So I think you'll have something maybe like you were saying, like they were going to have the titles like a tournament or something like that to where they challenge for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And I think when eventually they want those two guys to feud with each other, so it could be another year down the road that it happens. Or, or less that's when, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will drop the SmackDown titles first. Then they'll keep the Raw titles for a little bit longer, and then they'll drop those, and then they'll probably feud with each other again where Kevin Owens will most likely be the heel and Sami Zayn will be the face because they've had a feud before, but it was reversed where Sami Zayn was the heel, starting his heel run, and Kevin Owens was, when the whole Shane McMahon issue came up.
Right.
So I'm interested to see how that's going to play out, but
Yeah, I'm interested to see that as well.
Like, let's talk about these NXT people on Raw. I mean, Odyssey Jones, JD McDonough, Inda Share, with Jinder Mahal is a former WWE guy anyway, and
Yeah,
Veer.
same with Paulo Cruz.
Right, Veer didn't work out on his solo run on his first time on WWE, so he has to be in a group. Kaden Carter, Katana Chance. Who am I missing? Zoe Stark, JD McDonough, Indy Hartwell. So I don't know. I didn't get a chance to watch NXT. Did Indy surrender her title or no? Because I know she's hurt. Because I know she's hurt right now. She's in a walking boot.
Good question. I didn't get it. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch it as well. I want to say, if I recall, I don't know if I read it. She actually relinquished it. If I'm come to think of it, I had to look it up.
You know what?
She actually relinquished the title.
Let us find out. Let's see. NXT.
Yeah, she actually relinquished it on yesterday.
NXT results.
After she, because she got drafted obviously to Raw on Monday, so yesterday was Tuesday. So she is saying that she relinquished her title. So yeah, so she's not the NXT Women's Champion anymore, since she's going to be on Raw.
Okay, so yeah. And then I wonder if the two women that got drafted to SmackDown relinquished, or because I mean they were fighting two women that also got drafted to Raw.
Raw, right? So, and they won. Not Kaden Carter and her partner, but
the other two won.
They actually won. So it'd probably be the same situation as well. At the relinquish the titles.
So
my question is why in the world? My question is why in the world wasn't Braun Breaker drafted? That's what I was looking for.
It's crazy because Braun Breaker was the guy that people wanted him to. He's like, that's just his time to come up. And like, right. I don't know these NXT people that much. Like JD McDonough, I don't know who that is. Indy Hartwell, obviously, I know who that is because of Dexter Lumis. But and like the two Scottish chicks, I don't know who they are. But I mean, there was a lot of NXT people that got called up. So how do you think they're going to integrate these new official WWE superstars into the rosters?
Probably, like I said, the lesser names, they probably obviously they're gonna put them on the lower part of the show, like with the lower card, and probably work their way up. Because I don't see anybody from Raw like really that's gonna be like an Impact person that's gonna always just automatically gonna be like a main event type person at the moment.
Right.
As far as me watching NXT recently, I don't see anybody that's like going to be like a main person that's like, let's automatically make him like him or her a main event person. I think they're going to have to like start at lower, like a lesser feud first, and then work their way up. As with Kaden Carter, and her tag team partner, I can see them
splitting.
Because if I'm not mistaken, the women's tag team champions, they're on SmackDown, so I don't see how they're going to feud like for the tag.
No, they're on Raw. They're on Raw.
Oh, they're on Raw. Oh, Ray Quill.
The NXT Women's Tag Team Champions are on SmackDown.
This is on the SmackDown. Okay, I figured. Okay, yeah.
So there you go. Okay, so let me just go ahead and break down the SmackDown roster right now.
Women's division.
Yeah. So on SmackDown, you have the Bloodline, which consists of Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman. The Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, who, if you notice, when she got drafted on Friday night, they showed her video in Ireland, and she goes, "I'm proud to be your SmackDown Women's Champion."
So that leads me to believe they're probably going to swap.
They're going to switch it, Which I think they messed up big time there. Believe that because now, haven't they swapped the women's title the last 3 drafts?
Yeah,
like they've been drafted to opposite brands.
They swapped the tag titles as well before with Street Profits,
right?
And New Day, I want to say. Yeah. So they've done it before for sure. So that was my initial first thought when Bianca Belair got drafted to SmackDown and Rhea got drafted to Raw, that they basically gonna do a swap, and it makes complete sense doing that as well, things like that. So that's true, yeah.
The Street Profits. Yep. Street Profits are going to draft Montez Ford. So as soon as Bianca drafted, I knew the Street Profits were going to get drafted. So Edge, which I think is a phenomenal pick. Yes. a phenomenal pick for
That was a
SmackDown
shocker.
because Edge created SmackDown.
Right.
Ooh, that's my camera. You still hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that. We had technical difficulties. Camera work. Bobby Lashley, who you called was going to get drafted to SmackDown.
Yeah. I knew that was gonna
We
happen.
saw the return of
OC.
the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, and the OC, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and Mia Yim back to Friday Night SmackDown.
And you talking
Damage
about
control.
you talking about, in your opinion, Raw is stacked?
Yeah.
SmackDown is even more stacked. Honestly, I already told you about when you go down this list with the women.
SmackDown has the factions, which is what we said was going to happen, is that SmackDown was going to develop those factions and be the faction type show.
Right.
So they drafted Damage Control, which shocked me because I thought they were going to split them up. I honestly thought they were about to split them up.
Yeah, I can see that as well, because they didn't really have a direction for him anyway after losing the Trish Stratus. Losing the lead and Becky. So I thought they were going to split up as well. Not even much going.
So on Monday night, Dakota Kai and Bayley beat the tag team champions in a non-title match. So obviously they're probably next up for a title.
Well, yeah.
I think EO. Well, obviously we're going to predict this later, but with results that happen this weekend, I really do hope that you have a flip on Bayley, because I'm wondering, although Bayley being heel, she's a perfect heel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if they're going to try to change her character to go face.
How would you feel about that? I mean,
I don't honestly.
I like her
honestly.
One.
I love Bayley heel. I love Bayley heel, especially on SmackDown.
I love her heel run better. I love her heel one better, run better. Like her face run was good when she had like her hair, like how she had it at first before this change. Right now, her current look and everything. I don't think a face run based on how her look is like it's gonna be good enough. Her, like you said, her heel run is pretty good.
Right. So we have Alba Fry and Isla Dawn, who are the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Those are the two Scottish girls. All right. I believe they were the first NXT people to get drafted on Friday night. It was them, and then Indy Hartwell went right after.
Indy Hartwell, yeah, it was them first, yeah. That's true, yeah.
Hit Row, who's next? Hit
Row.
I'm sorry, but Hit Row to me is a filler type group. I don't know. It sucks. It sucks because one of the guys had his own show on WWE Network. But I just don't. I don't see. I think Hit Row needs to go back to NXT and develop more there.
Especially B-Fab.
Yeah.
She definitely needs to.
Lacey Evans, Austin Theory, who once we saw
that was a shocker.
Well, once Gunther went to Raw, I knew Austin Theory was going to go to SmackDown because they weren't going to have both.
That's true too. Because they announced. I'm not sure if they remember. They announced Gunther and Imperium first, then Austin Theory.
Yeah, they announced. So Gunther and Imperium were on that Friday night episode, and Austin Theory was on the Monday night.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah, I remember. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So the Usos got drafted to SmackDown, so the whole bloodline staying together. And I've got an interesting take. I have an interesting take with that in a little bit.
Okay.
The LWO, Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, Zelina Vega, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro. Asuka going to SmackDown. Holy shit.
Yeah. Just keep naming the women.
Yeah.
Brawling Brutes.
Karrion Kross and Scarlett. L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Right.
Shotzi. Good for her.
Mm-hmm.
NXT, Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince, and Kit Wilson. Good for them. Rick Booms. Cameron Grimes, who when they announced his name, I think I was the one during our draft that said, or someone who drafted Cameron Grimes. Was it you? Did you draft Cameron Grimes?
No, I definitely draft him.
Who drafted Cameron Grimes? I have it. It was
It was
Bitch. No one. Nobody dropped it. Oh well. Anyway, Cameron Grimes is one of those superstars that I think is going to be big, like absolutely big. Tamina, and then my favorite pick, Grayson Waller, because I think Grayson Waller is going to skyrocket in the company.
Oh yeah,
he's going to be a guy that he'll be on SmackDown for a year, and then come next year's draft, I could see him being in the first round of, at least first or second round of the draft, going to Raw. He is that good. He is the perfect heel type persona that the WWE needs right now. All right, so you heard me talk about the SmackDown roster, the stacked women's division with, who is it? We got Isla, Lacey Evans, Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, Damage Control, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Zelina Vega, Scarlett, Shotzi, Tamina. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, they are stacked on the women's side.
I mean, good for them, though. Good for them. Are there any people that you're shocked that didn't get drafted? That are now the free agents?
That didn't get drafted? Oh, yeah. I have a few. I thought almost an MVP would get drafted. I thought Ziggler would get drafted, so I know they're
free agents now. Yeah.
Who else? I think Corbin kind of got done wrong. He probably goes back to bum Corbin after that one. I think.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna get drafted as well. Let's see. That's really like the main one.
I mean, like, so these guys, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, are now free agents as well. Elias Von Wagner, whoever the hell that is. You know, I think, and they were saying these guys can fight on either show, and Brock Lesnar too. So they announced at the beginning of Monday night that Brock Lesnar couldn't be drafted because Brock Lesnar obviously is the type of guy that they don't want him tied to one show. They want him fighting on both. So I wasn't surprised there, but Baron Corbin, Elias, I think is on his way out. I think he'll be around. If they have to do firings, I think he's gonna get fired.
You think he's done? Oh man,
I do think he's gonna get fired. I was really upset that. So you have Omos, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander. I'm wondering if they could bring back the Hurt Business from this.
It look like they might, because those people. I mean, it'll be a good story. I mean, it'll be good writing if they actually did that, because they all free agents now, and they probably can have. They could probably flip it to where it's like, since I didn't get drafted, we're gonna take over. Not take over, but like, we're gonna like ruin a show or something like that, and everything, get our respect. They can actually flip it, make it a good storyline doing that as well.
Yeah.
But Hurt Business, it wouldn't be such a bad idea reforming Hurt Business after this draft.
Especially with Bobby Lashley being on SmackDown, you know, I could see that reforming, or maybe I know they already had the Bobby Omos rivalry, but maybe you have Bobby against the new Hurt Business, which is Omos as the leader with Shelton and Cedric and MVP. So you could have something like that. Which brings me to my next point is, what kind of feuds do you see happening develop between the two rosters? I know I kind of put you on the spot. I didn't make a script, so I kind of had to think about it for a little bit.
No worries. Let's see. I can see. I would love to see. For a short time, I would love to see the OC feud with obviously one person got to turn heel, but I want to see the OC and the Bloodline feud.
Okay.
I want to see that feud. You know, it might be.
I can see it. Yeah.
Because Roman and AJ obviously will go against each other, but it wouldn't like be like a long-term feud. But I wouldn't mind
Right.
seeing that. They'll probably get SmackDown like are really going with that. Edge and see a good feud for Edge.
I
Probably
think
Edge
Edge
and
and actually Bobby Lashley could feud,
yeah, that's not a bad one.
or Edge and Austin Theory. They fought once,
and Austin
then
Theory.
they ended in no contest. So maybe Edge takes the U.S. title from him. I don't know.
That wouldn't be. I was like that wouldn't be bad as well. Hit row turning heel, and they can feud with Street Profits.
Okay.
That'll be like a little nice
Give him a little, yeah.
like little feud for the time being. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Let me name another one on SmackDown. I'll tell you my Raw ones. Let's see. Bianca and Charlotte wouldn't be bad.
Yeah. Have they ever fought? I don't know if they fought.
I don't think they have either.
I don't
That's
think
a good
so.
question.
Yeah.
That would be like a good
Charlotte turning back heel. Charlotte, yep.
Yeah, and then they facing that would be good for SmackDown. That's a big that'll be a big deal.
Yeah.
For Raw, that's a good one.
I have one right off the bat for Raw, and I've got one for SmackDown.
Yeah, because
Rhea Ripley, Zoe Stark.
That would be a good.
I mean, a good feud. Hell yeah, right. Rhea Ripley and Zoe Stark.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. I want Gunter and Drew.
Okay, continuing it. Yeah.
Continuing it. Yeah, I will revisit that one. Who else? Rhea, somebody like Rhea and I wouldn't mind Rhea and Shayna.
Okay.
For women's feud. That wouldn't be bad to see again. Rhea as a women's feud.
Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. Talk about two behemoths. How about that?
That wouldn't be bad either.
How do you feel that the Judgment Day is now basically the Judgment Day Mysterio rivalry done?
It's basically over.
It's over after this weekend. It's 100% over.
I kind of wanted it to have a final match in the feud where and I suggested this a while back. And it's ironically somebody interviewed Rey Mysterio about it. Because they had the same idea I did. Having the final match with Rey and Dominic hair versus mask match.
Okay. I
wouldn't have minded that. And obviously Rey will win because I'm pretty sure WWE ain't gonna be that crazy and have Rey a mask like that. But I wouldn't mind at that. So having probably more like I say, the feud is definitely gonna probably end at Backlash and everything. So when we do our predictions, I'll tell you I expect to happen. But I kind of figured it was gonna end at Backlash, even though I wouldn't mind seeing one more of the match between Dom and Rey.
All right. So when it comes to Raw in the World Heavyweight title, who wins at Night of Champions from the Raw roster?
That is a good question. And Ryan actually made a good the other Ryan actually made a good point. I kind of wish Edge was on Raw. And I'll tell you why. Because Ryan Taylor he got the same idea I got because we were thinking about it together. Edge, since he technically never lost the championship when he retired, it would have been nice for him to win and win the championship, like the new championship
title back. Yeah,
that would have been a nice thing. Obviously, he's on SmackDown, so it's not going to happen. But to answer your question, I'm going with Seth Rollins.
So winning. I think it's going to be Gunther.
Think it's going to be Gunther?
I think it's going to be Gunther. I think he drops the Intercontinental title, and then I see them putting a belt right back on him for the.
Like I said, they're high on Gunther too, so it's not like a wild prediction, but I think
Gunther and Seth Rollins are going to feud.
Gunther, I was gonna say that next. I can see Seth Rollins beating them in the finals of the tournament.
Yeah,
if they have a tournament for the championship.
If Seth were to win the title, I'd be so happy because he honestly deserves it. He 100% deserves it.
He definitely does. I don't think Cody should win this particular title because to me, if Cody and I don't know if I said this, to me, if Cody were to win the title, it kind of be a slap
It's
in the face.
not a big. It's not a big pop. It's not.
Right. It'll be a slap in the face to him because like
Yeah.
he's not going for that title. He's going for like the actual main one that Roman Reigns
Yes.
Roman Reigns is holding. And you just giving him this title just because it's like, oh, okay, like what's the whole point of having his story,
Right.
basically? So it kind of ruined. That's why I think Seth Rollins should win it because,
Yeah.
like you said, it'll be a good thing if he were to win it, things like that, and he kind of deserves it more
Mhm.
than Cody at this point. So that's like I said, that's my prediction. Who I think will win the championship.
So here's my scenario for SmackDown. Is you're gonna be shocked to hear who's gonna take the titles from Roman. It's not gonna be Cody Rhodes. I think they put the belts on Jey Uso.
Oh no! Like,
yeah.
How did you come up with that? How did you come up with that?
Here's what's gonna happen is they're starting the riff right now between the Usos and the Bloodline because they lost and they lost twice. So I think what's gonna happen is I think Roman's gonna kick out the Usos, and you're gonna see a match between the Usos and Roman and Solo, and they're gonna have a rivalry. And then I think Jay's at the center of all this. I think Jey and Roman, because that feud was by far one of my favorites this past year. I think Jey. I think they have Jey take the titles off of him. Call me crazy. Okay. I think Jey Uso takes the titles. I don't think it's gonna be Cody Rhodes.
I don't see it, but hey, like I mean,
because if you look at it now, who can take the titles off Roman? Like who? Because whoever it is not going to get a big pop.
Like I say, I'm still behind this. That they should have let Cody win a WrestleMania.
They wanted to give Roman his 1,000 days. That's what they wanted. They wanted Roman to hit 1,000 days.
They should. That was the absolute perfect time right there. But
yeah, it was.
And what are we looking at next? What are we looking at now? The next time Roman will actually have a match in this be
probably is Night of Champions.
Or Night of Champions?
Night of Champions, probably. Because more than likely, I think he fights. I have a feeling he might fight Shinsuke at Night of Champions. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they're going to work. If it's going to be just a Raw, they're going to split it up between Raw and SmackDown, where those superstars, are they going to combine kind of everything again? I don't know how it's going to work out.
We'll combine since it's Night of Champions. They should have both Raw and SmackDown, make it a Raw and SmackDown show.
And then you have SummerSlam. There's the pay-per-view after that, which, I mean, SummerSlam is probably the second biggest pay-per-view for them other than WrestleMania.
Right.
And, I mean, Cody Rhodes taking the titles at SummerSlam, bringing them to Raw, and whoever is a SmackDown superstar, let's say, I don't know, Edge. So maybe Edge does win the World Heavyweight Championship and takes it to SmackDown. 1,000 day champion looks better on the merch. That's why Roman beats Cody at WrestleMania. Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Ryan Taylor's right. Yeah.
I still feel like Cody got robbed. I don't.
He did. He did. 100%. He did. All right. So we want to talk a little Backlash. Break down some matches.
Oh yeah.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Seth freaking Rollins versus Omos. And when I first heard that Seth Rollins was fighting Omos, I'm like, y'all were desperate to find a match to fill in the card. Exactly. Why? Why?
Exactly. It just came out of nowhere.
Exactly.
I would rather him have a rematch with Logan Paul.
Yes.
Than dang near Omos. It's just random. I do not get it whatsoever.
And like I said, they're trying to fill the card. I know you're trying to fill the card, but maybe some of these new NXT guys get involved on Saturday night. Maybe they add another match into there. I don't know, but Seth Rollins versus Omos.
The reason is dumb. The reason is really dumb. MVP basically arranged the match.
Yeah.
at first WWE announced it, which is random, and then on Raw, like the next 3 days after that, MVP kind of explained he was the one who arranged the match, and it's like saying Rollins is one of the greatest wrestlers in WWE history, and a win over Rollins would be good for Omos's career. I'm like, well, here's the backstory. Like, it's supposed to be because typically with Backlash, it's like the aftermath of WrestleMania. So most of the matches is like the aftermath, like of what happened at WrestleMania, basically. So it's like, why is Omos all of a sudden going to face Rollins? Like I told you earlier, I'd rather Logan Paul face Rollins in the rematch than in this match. It's
I agree.
filler, like you said.
No, I 100% agree. I think this match is an absolute joke. And I hope it opens up the show so that we can just be like, okay, get this match out the way and let us enjoy the other matches. But
bathroom break match.
I know, right? Bathroom break match. Who's your victor for this match?
I think it's gonna be Seth Rollins.
Yeah. I think Seth Rollins wins too.
Yeah,
100%.
Do you think he's gonna win clean, or you think he's gonna?
No, I think he does. I think he stomps the head in from Omos, and then I think they try to, unless
MVP interferes in DQ
or somebody else interferes to set up a new rivalry with Seth Rollins. And who could that be?
That's probably the only thing that probably saved that match, actually.
Yeah. Who that could be, I don't know. I really don't know. But if I had to pick a winner, I'm going to pick Seth Rollins. Freaking Rollins.
I think we're both in agreement on that one. Yeah.
So
hopefully it's the opening match, like you said.
Yeah.
That would be, we can get that one out the way.
All right. The next match is United States Champion Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley versus Bronson Reed. Good for Bronson Reed getting a title match.
Yeah.
Good job, Bronson Reed, because I think Bronson Reed is going to end up being these heel guys that is going to end up fighting for a world title one day. I hope they use him correctly. Bronson Reed is a hell of an athlete because I know he had some rifts with the company before, and I just really hope they use him well. So what are your thoughts on this match?
Okay. To be honest, I think this is probably one of the tougher ones to predict because I can see it going like several ways. Because initially, like it wasn't too long ago, Austin Theory was getting he was being used per se, like he was like losing matches like left and right and everything. He was getting buried, quote unquote buried. Then all of a sudden he changed his character and it made him a more serious, which I love this character now, like more serious and like less gimmicky with the selfies and all this stuff. So so since then he's been really booked strong. Since then, and also the crowd kind of like react to him more now, like take him more serious now, which is a good thing, and he's generating heat. So I can see, like I said, I can see it going many different directions. Like you can make a case Lashley should win this match. You can make it like you said. When you was mentioning putting over Bronson Reed, you can make a case Bronson Reed could win this match. It's one, like I say, it's one of those more difficult predictions to make. But I think they'll just make. I think Austin Theory is going to retain the title. I don't think Bronson Reed, even though I just said I can see him winning, but I don't see WWE giving him that win yet.
Because Bronson Reed's on Raw. Just so you know, Bronson Reed's on Raw. So
exactly, yeah. And then Lashley's on SmackDown. So I don't see, like I said, I don't see Lashley winning and winning the US title. They have like multiple titles on SmackDown. So that's why I think Austin Theory is gonna win. But I think they're going to build Bronson Reed up to be a monster heel. I think that's what they're building on, and that's only if WWE lets them stack on wins on top of each other to give them that push. But I think Austin Theory is going to retain the triple threat match.
So I'm 100% in agreement with you. I think Austin Theory retains, but I do think if they were to change hands, it would be Bobby Lashley, because I know Austin Theory and Bobby had like a little rivalry, and it wasn't that bad. I think their rivalry would actually be perfect. And they're both on SmackDown, so there you go. They can fight for the title on SmackDown. Bronson Reed, too early for it to put a belt on him.
Mhm.
I think eventually he will get a belt, but I think it's going to be the Intercontinental title belt first on Raw, and then maybe they'll put the World Heavyweight Championship on him. I don't know, but I just hope he's another NXT guy they called up. Had an injury, then had some issues with the company, and then came back. Bronson Reed could really develop him into a major heel if they wanted to. Almost like he reminds me of an Australian Mark Henry. Because he almost has the entrance like Mark Henry. You know how they always do it from the back entrance, and then he just comes in all buff. So I think he reminds me of an Australian Mark Henry, which is his perfect persona for Bronson Reed.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
But as far as my prediction, Austin Theory probably retains, and they keep the belt on him. So, our next match is going to be the SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, versus Zelina Vega. Now, this little rivalry, I'm guessing it's a little filler before they go off to their separate brands. Now, Alfred's having camera issues. It's okay. We're all having camera issues today. We apologize, No Holds Barred community. We apologize. We're trying our best. Trust me. Rhea Ripley, Zelina Vega. Obviously, this past Monday night on Raw, Zelina got one over on Rhea by DDTing her when she tried to do the rip curve on her. Zelina's a pretty good face, if you don't mind me saying. I like Zelina's face.
Oh, yeah.
You can't see me. True, baby. Can't see us. What do you think? What do you think about Zelina Vega?
I actually like her as far as a wrestler perspective, but she's crazy athletic. And then she can talk as well. She was acting in the Page movie when she was portraying AJ Lee, so she has like acting skills, and she actually can talk, which is good for her and everything. And then and I actually like the fact that she's in LWO. As well. So I'm like, I like Zelina Vega. But as far as this match, I will be shocked if I'll be shocked if she even win the match, because I don't think she's gonna win the match, even though it's in her little hometown and everything, her little area, her backyard. And another thing, I'll be shocked if Rhea Ripley doesn't squash her. I think Zelina probably gonna get a few offense in, but I think Rhea really just gonna dominate this match. And if Rhea Ripley doesn't dominate this match, WWE probably they dropped the ball on this one, because I think that'll be the perfect thing, because like I said, Rhea Ripley's like so over right now. And the crowd loves her, and so I think that's what I think. That's how I see the match going to fit. Rhea Ripley definitely going to dominate this match and win.
Rhea Ripley. That's all I'm going to say, because Rhea Ripley's rise to stardom now has gained so much since her loss to Charlotte Flair at, I guess, the previous WrestleMania. And I think Rhea is going to hold the women's title for a year. I can't see her losing her title at all. Now, do I wonder if the Judgment Day stays together for a year? I don't think so. I think either Finn Balor or Damian Priest are going to turn face, and I could see it being Finn Balor.
Again.
So
I actually enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed the face. I'm sorry, the heel Finn Balor.
Oh, so do I. So do I. But I could be wrong, and I probably am wrong, because 99% of the time I'm normally wrong. But them keeping Judgment Day as a faction. And by the way, I loved it on Monday Night Raw when Dominic tried to start talking and the crowd booed the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't think he expected that, by the way. I think that was a complete shock.
He definitely did. Yeah, that's a good thing because, like I said, at least it makes his character interesting.
Exactly.
Everything, and the crowd hates him. The crowd definitely hates him and everything. Give him that real life heat and everything. But yeah, it was funny to watch him like try to fight off the crowd and everything.
It was, I mean, one of the best moments
That's
on
like
this past
that's like
Monday
that
night.
old that's like that old Vicky Guerrero type heat.
Yep.
Like when she was
Yep.
on SmackDown and everything. Yeah.
It was really cool, but no, I think at the end of the day, Rhea Ripley's going to dominate this match. I think this match is maybe 10 minutes long, and that's it. Like you said, I think Zelina gets a couple of shots, if that. I think Zelina gets a couple of shots in, and we get a possible 1-2, and then a swoop. Maybe one time from Zelina, and then I don't know if there will be an interference. There could be, because out of all the matches, I could see the LWO getting involved with this match. I could see it where it's Dominic getting involved, maybe. If anyone's going to get involved, I think it's going to be Santos Escobar and the other two guys. I think they may get involved with it, but you never know. And all that, but Rhea Ripley's going to win. I know, we're both tired, bro. We're both tired. All right. Our next match is going to be the Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, your wife, versus Io Sky. Io Sky is a really good wrestler, by the way. I don't know if you noticed, Io Sky is really, really good. And this is what I wanted to address when I wanted to address this when I was talking about the rosters being drafted and everything. I could see a scenario where Io Sky loses due to an interference from Bayley, and then Io Sky leaves the group, or there's your split right there. I think out of all three competitors, Io Sky going solo is the perfect opportunity for Io versus Asuka. I think that rivalry there has the potential to be absolutely outstanding. Could you imagine Io and Asuka?
Yeah. That'll be a pretty damn good match. Yeah, both of them, like I said, both of those are tremendous wrestlers and everything. And I would love to see that match with Asuka and everything. As far as this match right here, I'm just gonna go on record and say, even though I love Bianca Belair, I can see she's gonna lose the title at some point sooner rather than later. I think we both can agree on that.
Yeah.
The reason being is because her like crowd reactions has been like just meh to me, like especially at WrestleMania 39. It was like straight up, it was like bad, her reaction like that, and everything. So I'm not sure if you noticed when she come out, her crowd reactions ain't the same how it initially used to be. And I think she needs like a new character development. And something like new and different and things like that. But I don't think it's going to be today, this Saturday, because I think she's going to win the match. Everything. But as far as, like I said, as far as this match, it hasn't really major build to this match. And obviously we both kind of see Damage Control's future is like kind of like uncertain.
Very bleak. Yeah,
very bleak and everything. So that's why I think Bianca Belair is going to win. And like I said, I think Damage Control is going to break up as well. So that's like my prediction on that match.
So I think what will happen, I think Bianca wins as well. And then so I think after both women's title matches happen and they both retain, I think that's when you'll see the back of the swap of titles.
In the locker room.
I think they'll swap the titles. And because I know Rhea and Bianca want to fight each other as well. So obviously it's not going to happen anytime soon, but I think they do swap the titles and it'll happen at Backlash. But Bianca's going to win hands down. It's going to be a hell of a match. I think it's going to be a lot of high-flying moves. I think Io's going to go from the top rope and outstand everyone, but Bianca's going to win. She's the better champion right now. I do think she loses the title at SummerSlam. I don't know to who, but I do see her losing the titles at SummerSlam. Night of Champions is just not something I can see her losing it at. I think Night of Champions she'll win. But SummerSlam, I can definitely see her losing a title because SummerSlam is the pay-per-view that they love seeing titles change hands.
Yeah, because it's the second biggest pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's like the WrestleMania of the summer, so it's like the second biggest one that they have out of the big four.
Right.
Obviously, so it goes like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and Survivor Series. Like SummerSlam is number 2, biggest party of the summer. So you're 100% right on that one.
So we're both on an agreement. Bianca Belair wins retains the title.
Yeah, retain. Yeah.
All right. The next match we have Matt Riddle and the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline, which is the Usos and Solo Sikoa.
And it's one of these.
This is interesting. This one is interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's one of those rare instances where, well, it's not really rare, but it's one of those instances where the storyline is more important than the match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
obviously we both can agree on that. If I make my prediction, I got Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn winning, and the reason being is because
you think because of the rift that's going on,
Jimmy and Jay, it's gonna make Jimmy and Jay like continue to disappoint Roman, and it makes sense from that standpoint, and it causes friction with the bloodline, as we like you predicted earlier when you made your little prediction about Jey Uso beating Roman for the belt like that.
Hell yeah.
So
hashtag Jay for the title.
Yeah, so one of them definitely going to get pinned in this match. It's just a matter of who. One of the Usos, not Solo.
No, I think it's gonna be
one
Jimmy.
of the Usos, definitely Jimmy or Jay. And it makes Solo more. It makes Roman. What's the best way to say it? It makes Roman less of a he will be less pissed off with Solo because Solo didn't really do anything,
right?
Then compared to the Usos, because one of the Usos got pinned. So that's how I would book it if I was the writer, and how I would book the match. So I think Usos, one of them is definitely getting pinned, and then on the flip side, a variable I could throw in is Kevin Owens and Riddle. It look like it's they've been kind of teasing friction between those two. I'm not sure if you noticed that.
I mean, I think it's like, I think they're doing it as like funny banter friction, as like Matt Riddle is the guy that's like, bruh, like all that, and Kevin Owens like, stop, just shut up. So I don't know. I mean, I think
later on down the line it'll make sense of why they're doing that. And not in this match, but I think later on down the line, with the storytelling of this match, I think it'll make sense down the line, and it probably could be the reason why Sammy and Kevin lose the belts, and everything. But like I said, my prediction is Matt Riddle, Owens, and Zayn winning.
So yeah, I'm also going Riddle, Owens, and Zayn. I'm gonna change it. I think Jay gets pinned on it. I think he'll get pinned, and then the next time on SmackDown, the premiere of SmackDown, the Bloodline will come out, and Roman's going to be like, you lost. Not them, you lost. And then they're going to have a rivalry. I'm telling you. Hashtag Jay for the titles. Trending right now. Hashtag Jay Uso for the titles. Jay Uso. I'm saying. All right. Our next match is going to be Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. Now, this match here is also very interesting. I can hear my dog barking.
And this won't be it'll be the quote unquote main event of the match, but it won't be the last match on the card. I think Bad Bunny and Damian Priest is going to end the card, obviously, for obvious reasons and everything. But this is quote unquote main event for me, and everything. And I wouldn't be shocked if it's the first match on the card, to be honest.
It'd be crazy if it was the first match, but I think the hype for Cody is too big. So I think they'll do Cody and Brock, and then they'll do Damian Bad Bunny. I don't. This match is interesting because you've got the Cody Rhodes component of him coming off his WrestleMania loss, Brock Lesnar off his WrestleMania win against Omos that no one cared about, and the fact that they're pushing Brock Lesnar as heel right now. I don't know. Where do you think about this? Where do you see this going?
Okay. I can see it going this way. First off, I got Cody Rhodes winning, and based on the fact that, like I said, he lost at WrestleMania. So if you're gonna you can't like have him lose like
Yeah, you can.
At two consecutive main pay-per-view match events, and then you have to have him winning matches to stay on top to build like his to build his stock and things like that. So when he eventually go against Roman again, it's like, oh, you beat these wrestlers to get to Roman. And then, like I said, also Lesnar doesn't even need this win. I mean, I know he beat almost, like you said, that match don't really mean anything at WrestleMania. And it's a chance, like I said, he might step away from WWE for a while, Lesnar. And then you have to plug in the fact that he's a free agent, so he can appear on either show. Like I said, it doesn't make sense for Lesnar to even win this match against Cody. I think Cody will win this match. And like I said, keep building on the fact that he's trying to get like back to Roman, basically. So that's why I see it going right there.
So
now, like I said, if Lesnar somehow win, I wouldn't be shocked if he win.
I'm telling you right now, I'm picking Lesnar to win, and just for the sole reason that Lesnar will win. They're gonna build it up to where they fight again at Night of Champions, and that's where Cody will win. Is at Night of Champions. As in, so they're going to build up to her. Oh, he lost again at another pay-per-view, but he came back and beat Brock the second time. And then he'll focus his shift to Roman at SummerSlam, if that's the route they're going to go. I don't know. Or after this weekend, Cody Rhodes is obviously going to get thrown into the World Heavyweight title picture. Here's where something else could happen. I think they could put the belt on Cody at Night of Champions. I think they could do that. And then you take away the whole persona of SummerSlam being the time that Roman loses. Because I don't think Cody's taking the belts off him. I think they're going to have someone else take the belts off of him.
Lord.
Okay?
Yeah.
What would be crazy is, let's say a guy like LA Knight gets thrown into a title picture or something like that. I really don't know how they're going to do the Night of Champions. I guess they're going to have qualifying matches and all that. And then build it up to where it's like, I think it would be really cool if it was like a fatal 4-way at Night of Champions for the title. Let's say Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, I think, would be in that. And say Drew. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Brock, and Drew. Because I could see a Drew McIntyre heel turn on Raw. As much as I would hate that because I love Drew McIntyre, I could see a Drew McIntyre heel turn.
That would be a switch. That would be a swerve right there. That would be like a unexpected thing right there.
So I think Brock could win this, and then the storylines they could develop could be astronomical. Triple H would have a lot of workout for him and all that, because now I think he'll incorporate the NXT guys. I think he'll incorporate some of them, not necessarily in the World Heavyweight title picture, but let's say in the Intercontinental title picture, because he could throw maybe Gunther into the World Heavyweight title picture and all that. But I'm actually picking Brock to win this match, and then they're gonna fight again.
Our first difference.
First disagreement. Yep.
We'll see how that plays out.
Well, we've only got one match left, and that is
going to be the
Bad Bunny
last match of the card
versus Damian Priest in a San Juan street fight, which a lot of us are shocked because a lot of us thought it was going to be Bad Bunny and Ray versus Damian and Dominic.
Dominic, yeah.
From what I read, that was the initial plan, was for them two to fight. But they want that storyline ended. So that is why they didn't do it. They kept them there because they want the Ray Dominic storyline to be over.
Right.
Bad Bunny's not a bad wrestler.
Oh no, he's a tremendous wrestler. He's not bad. He's tremendous in the ring and everything, and he's crazy athletic.
Yeah.
And for what I've seen, he really appreciates the company. So he definitely can go in the ring and thing like that. I'm interested to see like what type of spots he does in this match, especially given that it's in his
Hometown.
Hometown and everything. So I have a hard time believing he's even going to lose this match, especially if it's definitely if it's the last match of the card.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to WWE going to want to send the fans home happy. Things like that. I think they added the street fight element to protect Damian Priest. Because definitely see interference from Judgment Day and also interference helping Bad Bunny as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, I can see Rey Mysterio coming back, coming out and everything and helping Bad Bunny. But as far as the match, I got Bad Bunny winning. And I think it's going to be a very good showing for Bad Bunny in his hometown.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Bad Bunny's going to win this match. And then they're gonna appear, but they will appear on Monday Night Raw going, "Oh, I got screwed out of a match with Bad Bunny and all that," and so on and so forth. But Bad Bunny will win, and I think it's gonna be an absolute hell of a fight. I'm interested to see what a San Juan street fight is.
Yeah.
What weapons will be used and all that. It's gonna be very interesting because like you said, I think LWO gets involved, Judgment Day gets involved.
Yeah.
And you're just going to have an all-out fight with tables, chairs, ladders, kendo sticks. I think Rhea and Zelina get involved again after their match. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see. And I'm very excited for it. I'm going up to Ryan's new house, which he just moved into, to go watch it all the way out in Katy. So I will be out there watching it. You are more than welcome to come out for it if you want. But overall, with the card, are you thrilled with this card? What grade would you give this card right now?
On a 1 to 10 scale,
or like 1 to 10, or a letter grade?
Okay, 1 to 10 scale. I'll give it a solid 7.
Okay.
Out of 1 to 10 scale. I want to see the Cody and Lesnar match for sure. The only other match I want to see is not even a match. I just want to see how Bad Bunny does again in the ring. And then Bianca Belair and Io Sky, probably I'm interested to see how that plays out. But as far as everything else, like anything else, it's like it's just meh to me. Like
which is why I gave it a 6. I give it a 5.56. I don't like this Backlash card. I think it's a half of the matches to me are kind of filler matches. The Seth Rollins almost match, the Rhea Zelina match is okay in my opinion, but it's not even going to be close.
The reason why Zelina's in the match is because it's in her area.
Exactly.
Right. Really?
And then Bianca and Io, I think that's going to be an absolute just like all-out wrestling match. And then the tag team titles, it's a storyline match that no one knows where it's going to go. So Cody and Brock is like the epitome of like two guys that are top superstars fighting and seeing how it turns out. We will know. But I give it probably a 5.5 to 6 on my scale, rating-wise. Okay, so I think that's a good time to part the rocking ship right here. And Alfred, go ahead and plug yourself.
Oh, yeah. You can find me on Twitter, @Matthew713.
don't forget to like, subscribe to the FinTalk Sports Network. Follow our podcast page at capital N, capital H, capital B to that bar podcast. So capital NH bar podcast. You can follow my personal page at AlexBB29. But most importantly, subscribe to FinTalk Sports Network. Last week we had our big draft show. I'm echoing right now, so I can hear myself talk twice, which is awesome. We have an amazing new shows. The show before this, our producer Alex and Clutch, we're talking about the Miami Heat. Go Heat. And we've got Mike Brown is doing Bottoms Up, Fins Up tomorrow. Bobby's, I believe, doing another show on Saturday. Evan's doing his show. And Josh Kimball is doing his fantasy show. So with Josh Wingate. And then, we've got a bunch of great shows that are on this network. So please subscribe. And with that, we will see you guys next week, baby.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Peace.